Hey, warrior. A battle is raging. A fight unseen by others. Not with guns or swords, but one waged within your chest, where your heart races when insulted, where your mind spins when messages go unanswered, where a single word can ruin your entire day, and yet you smile on the outside, nodding, saying you're fine, but inside, you're drowning in emotion. This is the emotional war most fight silently. The truth is, many lose. They react impulsively. They explode. They fall, not because they're weak, but because they've never been taught how to stay calm amid chaos. Surely, you've met people like this. There are those who walk into storms unflinching, who hold steady when others lose control. They're not cold or indifferent. They're simply unshakable. And no, they weren't born that way. They trained to be this way. This video will guide you through 9 Stoic habits that help you master your emotions with ironclad resolve. Not fake strength. Not pretending. But a deep power within. A strength that needs no recognition, revenge, or attention. To begin, understand this. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. Seneca said it best, and he was right. We overthink. We overreact. We imagine pain before it even arrives. To become unshakable emotionally, we must stop letting our imagination run the show. The truth is, you don't have to feel every blow others throw at you. You don't have to answer every insult. You don't need to carry every emotion just because it knocks on your heart's door. What you need is discipline, not to become a robot, but to set yourself free. Stoicism doesn't kill your emotions. It teaches you not to be their slave. It helps you rise above the noise, gives you a rare, sacred strength to stand amid madness and still choose peace. It shows you how to walk away without guilt, to stay silent and yet win. Most importantly, it teaches you how to win the battle no one sees. You don't break under too many feelings, but you will stay trapped if you never learn to feel less when necessary. That's the real thing that will break you. These 9 Stoic habits won't change who you are. They will reveal your true self, buried beneath layers of emotion, shouts, and pressure. If you've ever said, "I can't let this go. Why am I so sensitive? I wish I could be calm like others." This video is for you. Watch every second. Don't skip. Like it if it touches you. Share your thoughts in the comments as you watch. If you're ready to become the strongest version of yourself, subscribe now and share this video with those who need it. Leave this affirmation in the comments. I control my emotions. They don't control me. Let's begin. First, react as if it's not personal, even if it really is. Someone insults you. Someone lies to you. Someone disrespects you right before your eyes, and your chest tightens. Your natural instinct is to defend yourself. Strike back. Fix them. But here's what Stoicism teaches. If you're hurt by something external, the pain isn't from that thing. It's how you judge it. Marcus Aurelius said so. What does that mean? What hurts you isn't always the event itself, but the way you perceive it. Most people take things personally because their ego is fragile. If someone disagrees, they feel attacked. If someone dislikes them, they feel rejected. If someone criticizes their work, they feel worthless. But the Stoic habit is this separate ego from the moment, not because it's easy, but because it's necessary for peace. When someone lashes out, that's their battle, not yours. They're revealing their inner chaos. not your value. Instead of reacting emotionally, step back, pause, observe as an outsider. Ask yourself, is this really about me? Maybe they're projecting their pain onto me. Will this matter in 24 hours? The space between insult and your reaction, that's where freedom lives. When you stop taking things personally, you unlock a new level of emotional strength. You become a calm listener, a measured speaker, not reacting just to react. You don't shrink. You don't explode. You simply watch and choose to respond with power, not emotion. Yes, it's hard at first, but the more you practice, the stronger you become. You don't avoid conflict. You master yourself. And there's an even deeper truth. When you stop turning everything personal, you truly take control of yourself. That's the Stoic paradox. Next time someone tries to drag you into drama, argument, or emotional chaos, act as if it's not personal, even if it feels like it. Second, slow down your emotional speed. Think deliberately. You feel a surge anger, anxiety, pain, all crashing in at once. And before your brain processes it, your mouth reacts. You snap sharp words, slam doors, block someone, regret it 5 minutes later. That's the cost of emotional speed. It steals your calm moment. It drags you from trigger to reaction without giving you a chance to think. But here's what Stoicism teaches you. Train yourself to think slowly, as if watching life in slow motion. When emotions surge, don't let them rush your decisions. Give yourself the space to reflect, to choose a wiser response instead of reacting on impulse. This is how you maintain calm in the eye of the storm. Make it a habit to believe that people often err without intent. Marcus Aurelius reminds us to slow down not just our words, but our judgments, our anger, and our reactions. When someone says something hurtful, ask yourself, what if I don't respond right now? What if I wait 24 hours before speaking? You don't have to answer every feeling the moment it arises. Your true strength lies in slowing down. The mind races, but wisdom unfolds slowly. To avoid being ruled by emotions, you must extinguish the speed that destroys your peace. Imagine this. Someone insults you. You pause. Say nothing. Breathe deeply. Walk away. And think carefully. When you choose how to respond, you realize you no longer carry the burden. That is growth. Emotions make everything urgent. But urgency is the enemy of peace. The feelings in the first 10 seconds are often just noise. If you wait, move deliberately, your mind filters out that noise. You see, many things aren't worth your reaction. Most arguments are traps. Emotions are like passing storms. This doesn't mean you're weak, it means you're strategic. You choose peace over pride. True control is feeling the fire of anger in your chest, yet speaking as calmly as flowing water. Let them make noise. Let them judge. Let them rush. You walk on silently. You think before you speak. Your responses are a deliberate, not frantic. This is emotional maturity, and it makes you unshakable. Next time emotions flood in, don't welcome them immediately. Let them wait. Settle down. Then decide your course. I want you to leave this affirmation in comments. I slow down to stay in control. Third, cut off the need to explain yourself. You feel misunderstood, judged. Your first instinct is to justify. Prove you're right. show them you're not what they think. But Stoicism doesn't demand to be understood. It demands you find peace, even amid misunderstanding. Don't waste time arguing what a good man should be. Become that man. Marcus Aurelius said you owe no one a performance. Most who demand explanations don't truly want to understand you. They wait for flaws to judge. Even perfect answers get twisted. So, not explaining is strength. It's not avoidance of truth. It means you've learned to act and speak instead of explaining. You don't justify your growth. You live it. You don't defend silence. You protect it. You don't excuse every choice you own them. Because, truly, if someone values you, they don't need explanations. If they don't, explanations are pointless. So why waste energy seeking approval in a world that thrives on your insecurity? They'll spin stories about you no matter what you say. Let them misunderstand. Assume. Whisper. You keep growing. Keep healing. Keep moving forward. Every second spent explaining to those who decided already is a second lost of your peace. Speak less. Do more. Let your life be the answer. This is not arrogance, but self-respect. When you stop needing to explain, you gain true freedom. Freedom that doesn't seek permission or chase approval. Freedom from emotional control by others' judgments. You know who you are, where you stand, and you don't need an audience to be authentic. Don't shrink yourself to make others comfortable. Don't turn your worth into words. Your peace needs no subtitles. Fourth, build an inner wall. No one can break. You enter a room and feel the shift. Someone glares. Someone mocks your idea. You smile outwardly. But inside you fracture. You dwell on it all night. That's because most live their lives vulnerably, in the wrong way. You may not show it. But deep inside, every glance, every word, every rejection wounds profoundly. And that's not weakness. It's what it means to be human. But Stoicism offers you a wall not made of stone, but of inner boundaries. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You control your mind, not external events." Grasp this, and you find power. Simply put, they can say what they want, but they can't touch your core unless you open the door. So how do you build this inner wall? You decide your peace isn't up for public debate. You stop entrusting your worth to those who don't respect themselves. You stop seeking emotional permission from those indifferent to your happiness. The wall rises in silence. Every time you refuse to react to provocation, each time you let someone else's opinion pass through your soul like rain sliding off a roof, each time you tell yourself, "That's not mine," you don't need to harden your heart. Just guard your spirit. And no, this isn't pretending not to hurt. It's choosing what thoughts you allow into your mental space. Because the truth is, your mind is sacred ground. Not everyone deserves to walk on it. Not everyone merits your reaction. Not everyone holds the key to your emotions. So start training this now. When someone tries to guilt you, imagine your wall rising. When someone gaslights you, feel that wall hold firm. When someone tries to put you down, let the wall absorb it for you so you don't have to carry the pain. The world will constantly test you, but that doesn't mean you must keep bleeding. Each time you let meaningless things slip by, untouched, you grow stronger. You care deeply. You simply refuse to break. The more you build that wall inside, the more unbreakable you become from the outside. Let them talk. Let them judge. Let them provoke. Now you have the wall, built from peace, truth, and discipline. I want you to leave this affirmation in the comments. I protect my peace behind invisible walls. For years, train yourself to face disrespect, like a warrior prepares for battle. No one tells you this, but if you want to master your emotions, you must be ready to accept disrespect. It will come from friends, colleagues, strangers online, even those you've helped most. And when it comes, you have two choices. One, to be shocked, hurt, and lash out. Two, to be trained, prepared, and calm. Stoic philosophy chooses the second. Each morning, upon waking, say to yourself, the people I meet today will be arrogant, deceitful, envious, ungrateful. Marcus Aurelius. Why such harsh words? Because it's not negativity, it's mental preparation. You don't prepare for peace, you prepare for war. So when peace shatters, you don't shatter with it. You want to become invincible. Prepare for the low blows. Prepare to be misunderstood. Prepare to be treated unfairly. When it happens, you won't flinch. You'll respond like a warrior trained for this. Because here's the truth. No one wants to admit disrespect is part of life. It's not personal. It's a test. And those who pass aren't the loudest or the strongest. They're the calmest. You don't win by arguing back. You win by remaining unmoved. Think about this. Someone throws a stone at you. You can throw one back, or you can let it hit your armor and fall harmlessly to the ground. Your armor is built from self-worth, from knowing your value doesn't diminish because others fail to see it. You don't need to shout to prove yourself. You don't need to explain why you deserve better. You just stand firm like a warrior in the storm. Every time someone disrespects you, practice how you respond. Stay silent. Stand tall. Keep your mind steady. You'll discover something powerful. People who can't shake you will either start respecting you or give up in frustration. Either way, you win. And no, it's not always fair. But that's why you train. Not for comfort, not for praise, but to master yourself. That mastery makes you emotionally untouchable. Number 6, stop trying to just feel better. Focus instead on thinking better. You feel exhausted, pressured, maybe anxious, heartbroken, or drained. Like many, you seek escape, a distraction, an inspirational video, scrolling social media, a temporary fix that makes you feel better for a moment, but leaves you emptier afterward. Why? Because you don't need to feel better. You need to think better. Happiness doesn't require much. It's all within you, in how you think. Marcus Aurelius. Emotions aren't the enemy, but relying on them to feel okay is where we stumble. The Stoics understood this well. Emotions are like waves, but your thoughts are the ship. You can't control every wave crashing over you, but you can train your mind to stay afloat. That means instead of asking why you feel this way, ask what thoughts created this feeling. Maybe you're angry because you expected more from someone. Maybe you're sad because you believed things could be different. In both cases, it's your thinking that causes pain. So instead of numbing your emotions, change the perspective behind them. The moment you shift focus from emotion to thought, you unlock emotional clarity. You stop chasing fleeting highs. You stop fearing sadness. You become the observer of your mind, not its victim. This is the practical step of the Stoic. When strong emotions rise, Don't run from them. Don't rush to fix it. Sit quietly with it. Name the thought behind that feeling. Then ask yourself, is this thought wise or just noise? Most of our pain doesn't come from reality. It arises from unexamined thoughts we've never challenged. You don't need an emotional escape anymore. You need discipline of the mind. Train yourself to think clearly, and peace will follow naturally. Practice slowing your thoughts, and anxiety loses its grip. Cultivate depth in your thinking, and your emotions will begin to serve you instead of fight you. Emotions are signals, thoughts are the steering wheel. So stop chasing fleeting relief. Start building a mind that makes you stronger. This is the heart of Stoic philosophy. Number 7. Don't assign meaning to every feeling. You wake up anxious. You feel unsettled, tired, frustrated, and immediately start analyzing, what's wrong with me? Why do I feel this way? Surely something bad is coming. But here's the truth. No one tells you. Not every emotion demands a meaning. Some feelings are just fleeting energy, chemical shifts whether inside your body. You don't have to turn them into a story. Epictetus said, it's not things that disturb us, but our judgments about them. The same is true for emotions. We suffer not because we feel deeply, but because we overinterpret those feelings. You might be tired. You might be hungry. You might just be human. Yet your mind rushes to judge, I'm not enough. Something's wrong with me. I'm failing at life. That's not emotion. That's judgment overlaying emotion. The Stoic practice is simple. Observe, but don't attach. You can feel sadness without labeling yourself a failure. You can feel anxiety without spiraling into despair. You can feel anger without seeing it as a moral flaw. See emotions as clouds passing across the sky. Notice them, accept them, but don't name them. When you stop making every feeling a story, you find freedom. You understand some emotions come without clear cause, and some don't deserve a reaction. You're allowed to feel off and still be okay. This isn't emotional numbness, it's emotional wisdom. You can say, today I feel down, and that's all right. I don't know why, but I let it pass. That feeling doesn't define who I am. Freed from assigning meaning, emotions lose their power to drag you into chaos. This is how resilience is built, not through numbness, but by refusing to let feelings shape your identity. Let emotions exist. Let them flow through you, but don't hand them the pen to write your story. That's your role. You choose what defines you. Remember, a passing feeling is never the whole truth. I want you to write this affirmation in the comments. I experience emotions, but I do not let them define me. Number 8. Embrace silence and discomfort actively. Most people can't sit still. The moment quiet arrives, they seek noise, music, phones, social media, anything to fill the void. But that emptiness is where strength grows. The truth is, silence and discomfort aren't enemies. They are the forge. Epictetus said, difficulty reveals a man's character. When trouble comes, see it as training. Remember this to build emotional strength. You must willingly enter spaces others avoid. The reason is, when you train yourself to sit in silence, you become deeply aware of your true thoughts, not the ones buried beneath distractions. Facing discomfort, whether hunger, loneliness, or rejection, builds endurance no inspirational quote can give. This is the truth many overlook. Growth doesn't come from comfort. Peace isn't found by running from pain. It comes from walking into the fire without fear, not to suffer, but to be forged. Spend 10 minutes a day in silence. No phone, no music, no distractions, just you and your breath. At first, your mind will scream, but over time, it will quiet. Then you will hear clarity. Then practice enduring discomfort. Take cold showers. Say no when you want to. Those who please others sit with cravings instead of indulging. Speak the truth, even if your voice trembles. These small acts rewire your brain. They say, I don't need comfort to feel safe. They teach you that discomfort doesn't destroy you, it refines you. When you no longer fear silence or pain, you become untouchable. No one can manipulate you with loneliness, pressure, or chaos. You have trained there. This is how Stoics live. They practice poverty, rejection, hunger, stillness, not out of weakness, but to be ready. So, practice enduring discomfort, deliberately not to boast or punish yourself, but because every time you withstand without panic, you forge an emotional armor others only pretend to have. Ninth, treat every loss of emotional control like a case to be solved. You lose control. Say something in anger. Get caught in the spiral. Then what most? Just feel guilt or, worse, ignore it. Mastering emotion doesn't mean never slipping up. It means learning from every stumble. Seneca said, a gem can't shine without friction, just as a man can't perfect himself without trials. When emotions take over, study them. Become a detective in your own mind. Ask, what triggered me? What belief was I holding? Could I have acted differently? See each outburst not as failure, but as valuable insight. Each reaction reveals a part of yourself that needs more care and growth. Imagine someone disrespects you and you explode. Instead of defending yourself, analyze it. Maybe the trigger isn't their words, but the belief that respect requires your reaction. That's not their fault. It's your inner work to do. This habit creates real change. Each reaction becomes a lesson, each mistake a message, and you must keep track. Yes, keep a journal. When you examine emotional patterns like a detective, you'll pinpoint exactly what environments unsettle you, who triggers you most, and what thoughts sow chaos in your mind. Awareness is power, because understanding lets you change. Soon, you'll notice yourself before the reaction even happens. You'll feel the emotion rising, but instead of being swept away, you'll observe it calmly. You'll say, here we go again. Then breathe. Pause. Redirect. This is Stoicism in action. Not perfection. It's deliberate progress. You don't become invincible by ignoring feelings. You become invincible by knowing them deeper than anyone else. So stop judging yourself for stumbling and start studying your behavior like your peace depends on it, because it does. I want you to leave this affirmation in the comments. Every reaction is a map leading to greater control. In a chaotic, angry, noisy world, calmness is rebellion. It's the silent revolution within you. Now you've learned 9 Stoic habits that, practiced daily, won't just protect your peace, they'll transform you into someone not numb, but powerful. You won't be dragged by every stimulus. You won't give your emotions away to those undeserving. You won't collapse when life gets loud. Instead, you'll move with stillness. You'll respond with wisdom. Silence will become your sword, and people will notice. They'll wonder why they can't provoke you. They'll be moved by your peace. They'll sense what calm people rarely make others feel: overwhelming strength. That's the power of inner peace. It doesn't shout. It doesn't beg. It simply exists. You don't need to dominate others. You need to master yourself. When you do, you become the most dangerous man, deeply feeling yet ruled by reason. The man who walks through storms with dry feet. The man who doesn't react but responds. Let the world chase attention. You choose discipline. Let the world fall apart. You remain whole. This is your new way of living. Like, comment, share with someone who needs to hear this, and subscribe. I want you to leave this final affirmation in the comments. Calmness is my greatest power.